Namaskar. Welcome to Conversations with Rakesh. Here's today's question that you've sent me. Sir, I find it very discomforting to talk to people. I think I'm very quiet by nature and I'm an introvert. What do I do? How do I solve this problem? My dear friend, there are so many layered questions in this wonderful question that you are uncomfortable speaking with people, you feel that you're an introvert, and I want to take that introvert part first. That this whole concept of introversion, extroversion has been completely misunderstood. And by the way, I think it is not relevant in today's terms at all. These are very old concepts. They were researched in the 1940s and 50s, and they're very important tools to understand the behavior types of people, but they are totally wrong ways to understand about your communication. In fact, if you think you are not communicating because you're an introvert, it is like saying that I have a headache, and because I have a headache, I cannot communicate. If you have a headache, please take Calpol. It will solve the problem, but it will still not solve your communication problem. Alright? So let's break this question into few concepts. That let's understand introversion, extroversion from a historical standpoint and the relevance of that to our lives in the 21st century. In the post-World War II scenario when factories were booming, the factory owners and the management consultants wanted to find the right fits for the right job. So there was a job that required the person to go and talk to lots of people. And if this person by nature doesn't want to talk to a lot of people, then he would not do that job very well. And similarly, there were other jobs where the person was required to just sit, be isolated, do the job, and then get it done. And if the person hired to do that job is a very different person than the behavior required for that job will be unproductive. And this was called introversion and extraversion. That there are a group of people who are very comfortable with themselves, so they find their energy coming from within, and they call these people introverts. And there are different set of people who find their energy from connecting and from other people, and they were called extrovert because the energy came from external sources. And this is why this theory helped these factories and these big large companies to find the right job fits. So they would ask questions in an interview that what kind of a person are you, introvert and extrovert? And if the person said I'm an introverted person, they would find a job that this introverted person would be productive in. But unfortunately, this 1950s theory has kind of gone completely haywire, and we are now stereotyping people on this theory, and it is completely wrong. I think you should delete these words from your vocabulary. In a given day, a person can behave like an introvert and he can also behave like an extrovert. There is a term for it these days. It's called ambivert. You can be very quiet, reading a book, doing your work, being extremely productive, and in the evening you have to go and meet investors and pitch your idea to them, and you can do that as well. So the ability to communicate is very different, and it must be there in all of us. So if you are not comfortable in speaking in front of people, your problem is not introversion, extroversion. Your problem could be that you are highly claustrophobic or you are suffering from social anxiety disorder. And these are pretty big problems in today's 21st century. Many of us are not very comfortable in just going and talking to random people. Even if we know them, we feel that they'll judge us and they'll make fun of us. And we're not comfortable in that scenario. So we tend to walk away, not talk, and then some theory of introversion, extroversion explains us that, oh wow, I'm behaving like this because I'm an introvert. So we put two and two together and declare that I'm an introvert, so I will never talk in my life. I think that's a completely wrong notion. You have to speak and communicate to survive the 21st century. There is a wonderful podcast called How I Built This. And in that, the host Guy Raz gives amazing examples of entrepreneurs who are celebrated introverts but have built business empires and communicate very well. Tony Sai, who unfortunately we lost a few months ago in a tragic accident, Kristen Walker, Eileen Fisher, just to name a few. I personally am an introverted person, but I have to talk and connect with people because that's my bread and butter. And I have to overcome my fears and practice communication so that my work gets done. So, my request to all of you is please invest in picking up oral communication skills. Please ask yourself that are you suffering from social anxiety and claustrophobia? And if yes, there are ways to overcome that. So please invest time to overcome that. And for heaven's sake, please delete these words introversion, extroversion from your vocabulary. Don't stereotype yourself. Don't box yourself that I'm an introvert or an extrovert. I think you're a good human being who can learn anything. And your ability to learn anything will define your success as you move forward.